Good evening. So, for the ones that don't know me, my name is Christina. Um, I had a breakdown. These glasses are kind of glaring. um, so, anyways, I had a breakdown a couple months ago and I gave my children up. And I regret giving them up. Um, I love them and I miss them very dearly. This has been a very hard road for me and very rough road for me. I am thankful for family, but I do feel that sometimes your closest family members can betray you and try to make you out to look crazy or insane. And I'm not crazy, I'm not insane. I did what any mother would do at that point in my life where I felt it was more safer and more secure for my kids for me to let go. And now I regret it and I'm doing the best that I can. I voluntarily placed myself into NA and AA meetings. I live in another town now. I'm fighting to get my kids back, and I'm fighting another court case because I got I got some charges pressed against me, but not pressed against me because I tried going in there and explaining my life story, and it caused me to get a very bad charge against me, and I'm just praying that some way, somehow, my charges all get dropped. It had nothing to do with my children. It was just me going in and trying to explain my story to the cops and them not listening to me, and me partially lying, but lying is lying, so either way, I have to answer for the consequences. In the meantime, I write my kids very often. They don't get the letters, but I think that I'm going to start YouTubing them because my son is on YouTube a lot, and my son he looks to YouTube as being his escape. And I've been watching some of my son's videos from school, and I've been watching their Instagrams, and I really do think that my children miss me and they want to come home. And the thing is it just isn't that easy for them to come home because now they're in the system. But I, Christina Sims, handed my kids over to the police department in Corning, California. And now it's been a fight to get my kids back when I handed them over. They were not removed from me. I handed them over. This is my son, Nikolai. That's my daughter, Neveah, and that's my daughter, Elizabeth, which she's the one that currently has my kids right now. And this is my kids' biological father and my son, Nikolai, and I was pregnant with Neveah. And this is my daughter, Elizabeth, which is also my niece that I raised since she was a little girl. But I want to read the things that I do. I write this myself when I go to NA and AA meetings, and what it is when I listen to other people talk and communicate. I just take things in and then I write my own stuff. It has nothing to do with the NA members or anything that they say. This just comes from the heart, from me. And this is what motivationally helps me. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. So, this was written on May 2nd. And these meetings are usually in the nighttime. And I wrote this one to my daughter. I have one book for my daughter. See, Neveah. And then actually, I wrote, I wrote this one to Neveah, and this was in my son's book, but that's okay. This is my daughter's book. I have more that I wrote, but not necessarily in that. But I'm going to read you. Yes, I smoke cigarettes, but that it's better to smoke a cigarette than to smoke marijuana or do alcohol or do meth or heroin or any of that, which I've never done any of that. The only thing I've ever done is smoke weed in my life, and I have drank alcohol, but I was never addicted to it. I never liked alcohol. My choice of drug was marijuana, but now I've been sober and clean off of marijuana. I would have had about 3 months right now, but because of stress and anxiety, I had a relapse on April 21st. And I haven't had any marijuana since, so I'm almost 30 days clean. Yay! And that's because AA and NA and the awesome members that are in there. Sorry, I blew a bubble. Anyways, so just for today, this was in a meeting. Try not to isolate yourself. A lot as isolation can cause you to commit suicide. As you go through your days without drugs and having proper support from other NA members, and their life stories and experience can help you accomplish anything you want. My gratitude speaks when I care and when I share the NA way. Just for today, Neveah and Nikolai, you are my support and you are the reason I keep strong every day. I met a lot of great humans in NA and AA as they help Mother a lot to get through the stress every day. I look forward to going to these meetings as they help me get through this each day, as each day is its own difficulties, but learn to understand them as you recognize your mistakes, you can learn from them. This program has helped me change in many ways. Honesty is the most important thing in life, even when you struggle. I choose to make this choice to stay clean. Amen. Nobody is perfect. I choose to be here for myself, to better myself for you, Nikolai and Neveah Marie Kirby. I love you guys. And this was wrote to my daughter on May 2nd, and it was in the evening time around 7 p.m. This is out of my parenting book that my sister allowed me to borrow. That was her ex-husband's book, which I'm going to be getting my parenting book this week. Because I went in circles, I've started very late on all my stuff, and I haven't even got started drug and alcohol because I failed to go to it like 3 times, but now I'm trying to go to it, and they just haven't contacted me back, but I'm not giving up. Absolutely not. I love my kids with all my heart, mind, body, and soul. They are everything to me. This is nurturing ourselves. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about nurturing. To nurture is to promote growth and development of all positive traits, qualities, and characteristics. Number 1, to nurture oneself is to treat oneself with caring, kindness, and respect. It is to keep ourselves physically and emotionally healthy, to make good choices, and to be our own best friend. Having a best friend can help you through difficult times in life, and so can having the Holy Bible and family by your side. This was wrote to my son Nikolai Kirby by Christina Sims, your mother, May 2nd at 10:45 p.m. So I wrote this in the nighttime at home, which I don't technically have a home. I live in a travel trailer. That's my sister's next door to her because I literally gave up a brand new car. I abandoned a brand new car on my kids' mother's property and got my truck impounded when I went to jail. So, I lost everything almost in my whole life. I've wanted to run away so many times to go back to Tehama County just because that is where everything is, but I'm in Glenn County now, and I'm fighting for my kids through another county. Anyways, to Nikolai from Mother, I love you. Mind you, I asked for my case to be transferred, but the CPS refuses to transfer my case. Sometimes I feel like they're against me and not for me. This is for you guys. I'm going to do the best I can. That's all I can do. This was wrote to Nikolai from Mother. I love you. This was wrote at a AA meeting. and this was wrote on May 3rd of 18. Or actually, I lie, it wasn't wrote at AA, it was written at the NA. Sorry, because I remember writing this specifically. It says, "What actions have I been taking that demonstrates my faith?" And I wrote, "My courage and my steps each day today that helps me to understand me is proving to myself that I am able to accomplish anything I want if I set my mind to do it. For example, counseling. How has my faith grown? Well, my faith has grown as I have learned behind continuously going in circles and not getting anywhere has shown me that going in circles doesn't get you anywhere, but going into more circles, that's all it does, is put you in more circles. So the best thing to do is take a deep breath and lean not on your own understanding, but lean on God to help you with your daily task and decisions." So the next one is, have I been able to make plans having faith that my addiction isn't going to get in the way? Don't make plans unless you're serious, because if you're not, it will make you fail. So even if you relapse, get back up and find a friend or a family member to help you and start all over again. But try your hardest to have faith in God that you don't fail, so you don't relapse. Because if you don't relapse, you just told yourself and showed yourself your own faith in believing in the Lord Jesus Christ. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. I think I misspelled that right there, but basically the biggest thing is not to relapse. The principle of humility. So being humiliated is okay as long as you understand what your humility is. I have been humiliated and still till this day, but being in the NAAA has shown me it's okay to be humiliated. As you are humiliated, you can change yourself with understanding others. God lets you be humiliated so you can change you. So therefore, change means keep coming back, and change is a big thing for you and for your children. This is for you, Nikolai and Neveah. To Nikolai from Mother, May 3rd of 18. This was at a 7 o'clock NA meeting. NA is a non-profit program. Just for today, tell yourself. Just for today, my thoughts will be on my recovery. Living and enjoying life without the use of drugs. Just for today, I will have faith in someone in NA who believes in me and wants to help me in my recovery. Just for today, I will have a program. I will try to follow it to the best of my ability. Just for today, through NA, I will try to get a better perspective on my life. Just for today, I will be unafraid. My thoughts will be on me, and will be on me. New associations, people who are not using and who have found a new way of life. So long as I follow the way, I have nothing to fear. Okay, so this was written tonight at NA, which was at 7 p.m. And I said, to Nikolai, I love you. As I sit here tonight is another night of recovery. Mother even applied for jobs and went and checked on jobs today. Walmart, Taco Bell, McDonald's, a Mexican restaurant was closed, but went to go check on my application, and then also to Burger King, where they give you the free BK crowns. I talked to a really nice manager named Mark and and shook his hand and introduced myself again to him, because he, which I was unaware, is the manager at Burger King, which I knew he worked there, but didn't realize he was the manager. He's also a member of the NA meetings, which is cool, but I don't expect, and in fact, that I have to respect, period, and okay with if I don't get a job there. A job is important, but I also have a responsibility to tend to my health too. As for now, meetings are a very important thing for me at this time, as they help me to get through the day as best as I can now. And okay, this is something funny I wrote because the Dollar Tree had sold some now and laters, but a huge bag of now and laters. And I was like, well, when I have my food stamps, $1 is $1. So, holla for $1. Because, I like now and laters. Who doesn't like now and laters? But I was eating the now and laters, and I thought I'd write this because, I don't know, it's kind of funny, but not funny. But it's me. Now and laters are questions to me, as now is time for recovery and laters are the later things that cause you to mess up in the first place. So now and laters are important to life as we learn and understand now and laters as daily life cycles to help us understand us and others. So as you eat your now and later, which Mom just did right now, reminds me to now listen and pay attention, and later is being okay with your past addiction, as now you are getting yourself clean and have kept clean. So this is my now later. Peace, love, and joy through Jesus Christ. So that is just what I wrote to my son in the last week. See? This is my daughter, Neveah. Neveah. I visited Nikolai and Neveah today at Visitation Center in Red Bluff at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Also went to my first car seat class with Kevin from CPS. Next week is my first parenting class. Oh, Nikolai, guess what? Mom wrote in this book to you too. It's okay. You guys can share the books, and they're for you both. I love you. I love Elizabeth too, don't get me wrong. I am thankful that she is tending to my kids. I do love you, Elizabeth. But Nikolai and Neveah need me too, just like you need me, but you choose not to stay in my life. I call you guys all the time, and you ignore my phone calls, and yet CPS said I'm allowed to communicate on the phone with my children. But for some odd reason, I get ignored. So sometimes I give up and I don't call, but it's okay because I still write my kids, and all the members in NA and AA see me write and know that I write my kids because sometimes I read my stuff out loud to them. One thing that I can say I'm truly addicted to is this. Water. I'm addicted to water, and my kids know that, especially ice water, but I haven't got any ice water because I stopped going to the store, and I just started buying bottles of water. It's cheaper for me. I only pay $3 for a case of 35, which I have 2 cases over there, plus 2 cases of Gatorade and Pepsi for when I get a sweet tooth. The Gatorades for my kids for visitation, and all the snacks. Because even though I get barely any food stamps, just like a little bit of food stamps, I spent half my food stamps on my kids for snacks, for visitation, hopefully, and I pray that I still get to keep my visitations. Okay, so this was wrote at a 7 o'clock in a meeting, and it was to my son Nikolai, and it was May 2nd of 2018. Just for today. When you are an addict, it can cause you to commit suicide. So as an addict, you need to know when enough is enough, that you then decide to just quit. So with that, you take your time and have others you trust help you with issues as you need help. there are true and compassionate people out there who will care for you and will help you and give you a helping hand. Which I will say, there is a gentleman in there, which I don't want to mention his name. I feel that he's a very compassionate elder. He's not really old. He's older than Mom, but I feel that he has a very compassionate heart, and he came to one of the meetings tonight again, which I've seen him a couple more times. I don't see him all the time, but I think that he has great potential in helping people, and he's been in the program for like 30 years. So he definitely has he's helped me a lot just by listening to him, not like physically talking to him, but just listening to him. Addiction can be a disease if you allow it to be. You say enough is enough. If you relapse, help yourself get back up and tell yourself, you can do this. And just for today, acknowledge it and know where you did wrong. And just for that one and only day, realize that you are stronger. You are stronger than you realize. Tell yourself, go for a walk. Take your dog out. Or write or call a friend. You know you have at least one friend. And if you don't, go to a church or talk to a stranger on the street that will listen. There is always someone who will take the time for you and show you that they do care. Understanding yourself is the most important thing you can do, even when you struggle. Our indifferences can affect us. Each person is different. Each person thinks, acts, and feels different, but yet we're all the same, but indifferent. Just for today, I will be unafraid. My thought will be on my new associations, people who are not using and who have found a new way in life. So as long as I follow that way, I have nothing to fear. Amen. I am a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ, and I will tell you that I may not know the whole entire Bible, but I've studied and read enough, including in The Power of a Praying Wife by Stormy Ottman. Love that book. I have said those prayers so many times. I don't have a husband. Maybe someday God will bless me with a wonderful husband, but for now, it's me and me focusing on what I need to do for my children, because I love my children. I love you, Nikolai. I love you, Neveah. I love you too, Elizabeth. And I love Anna Alicia. And I love Michael, your husband. I love y'all. You just all hurt my feelings at times, but I'm still here because I'm your mama. And I've been your mama for years. Okay, Nikolai, accept yourself for who you are, but be yourself to accept yourself. As you can accept yourself, you can understand yourself better. And if you understand yourself better, then you can understand how to understand yourself. And you can accomplish more when you're under yourself and others, which make life a whole lot better. I wrote that May 2nd of 2018. And I already read The Nurturing Ourself. I try to write sometimes the same thing in both books, so my daughter has it too. Sorry, my door is open and I live in the country. To Neveah, from Mother, I love you. This was written on May 3rd of 18. And this was, again, written at an NA meeting when I was in there listening. Your desire is to stop using this. This is a primary purpose. NA is an organized group and full of respectful people. To help avoid problems, being in the NAAA helps to understand you and to understand how to stop using. Being humiliated can cause you stress and anxiety, but also can help you to understand how to change you. Your actions and your behavior will show you who you are, and if you realize it before it's too late in life, it can change you. To Neveah. Again, this was written on May 3rd, and it was at an AA meeting the same night. Neveah. Oh, you know what it is? It's just for today, which I wrote that, and I already read that too, so I don't need to read that again. I just wrote the same thing for my daughter. Moving right along, Saturday night in a meeting. So, Okay. To Neveah from Mom, I love you. 7 p.m. tonight, I wrote this. Neveah. Donations are expected in the NA and AA for they can help support our NA and AA groups as it helps to pay the bills. Bills are very important to pay. They don't expect you to pay, anything. They just want you to show up. But it's appreciated to be able to give a donation, which Mom has not been able to give donation as money-wise because I haven't been able to afford anything because I don't have a job or an income. That's why I live rent-free next door to my sister in her travel trailer. But either I'm going to get a job or I'm going to get granted my general assistance, whatever one. I'm not sure yet. I gotta get a doctor's note before I can get my general assistance. Okay, anyways, Neveah. Donations are accepted. Sorry. Neveah, donations are accepted in NA and AA for they can help support our NAAA group as it helps pay the bills. Bills are very important to pay. As you learned from your mom, who as a single mom failed to pay all the bills, because as a single mom I struggled to keep up with paying all my bills. But I contributed to as much bills as I could, and as you know, I worked very hard and very long hours at times. I am thankful to have been staying clean and that Aunt Janet has allowed me to stay next door to her as it is a blessing, and today I am blessed to being out of jail and able to apply for a job as I did apply for a few jobs today and did go check on my job applications. I need to keep busy or I think too much. So getting a job can help me keep busy and also make the days go by faster as I sit here and wait until I can visit you and your brother Nikolai. So believe in yourself, something greater than yourself. Or believing in yourself is something greater. I don't know what I wrote there. Oh well. Believe in yourself. You are whole and you are holy. Christina Marie Sims. Enough is enough when you decide it. So I, Christina, say enough was enough and this is enough for me. I enjoy my enough of NA and AA meetings because they're there more than enough for me. I look forward to these enough NA and AA meetings because there's awesome people here for you. And my ears were ringing. Meaning, like my children, you are more than enough for me, and I love you, and I cherish you guys, and I do. I miss you guys a whole lot. I kind of pray that you watch this video. I know it's very long, but guess what? You get to see your mama's face. I love you guys, and I hope you have a blessed night. Mom loves you. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's my son's ID card, and that's my baby. There's my big old football player. She's a girl. See that? That was my daughter. Raider Nation. Have a blessed night. I love you.